Hi, I'm Osiris. Today I'll be talking about Sporothrix schenckii, a fungus that lives in soil plants but can cause infections in people and animals. This is important in warm places like Puerto Rico where fungi can survive easily. I'll be explaining how it works, how it spreads, and why it matters. First slide. Identity and form. Scientific name. Sporothrix schenckii. Taxonomy. Domain eukaryotic. Phylum/division Isomitocodia. Class Sidereomycetes. Order Atherosemitalis. Family Atherosemitaceae. Genus Sporothrix. And species S. schenckii. Methodology. Dimorphic fungus mode in environment and yeast of foods. Grouping Atheomycetes mode, yeast and tissues. Size small over canidia, cigar-shaped yeast cells. Structure and metabolism. This fungi has a strong cell wall made of chitin. Not like bacteria, it doesn't have a capsule or phloem. It makes spores called cnidae and breeds oxygen to stay alive. Gram. Not applicable. Fungus, chitin cell wall, capsule, non-malignant cell wall for protection, flagella, absent, spores, asexual canidia in mode form. Metabolism, aerobic, heterotropic, saccharide. Processes, respiratory metabolism, melanin synthesis, linked to stress resistance. Genetic and role. Its DNA is in long, straight chromosomes. It doesn't use plasmids much. It has special genes that help it survive heat, stick to tissues, and fight off medicine. In nature, it helps break down dead plants. In people, it can cause infections. Chromosomes. Chromosomes. Linear eukaryotic chromosomes. Plasmids. Rare/uncommon. Variable genes. Dermatogens, melanin, adhesins, extracellular enzymes. Role. Saprophytic and soil/plant matter. Pathogens in human/human. And this is a model of the chromosomes. Applications. Doctors use it to study fungi infections. Scientists study how it survives stress. And farming is a risk for people working in with soil and plants. In labs, it's important to detect it early to stop infections. Medicine. Model for dimorphosis and antifungal therapy. Biotechnology, stress response, and non-settings. Agriculture, occupation, risk for gardeners, farmers, and forest workers. Industry, limited direct use, relevance in diagnostics and infection control. After that is resistance. Resistance. The main structure used is intratromitose, but sometimes the fungi resists treatment to protects itself with melanin and biofilms. Different types of fungi react differently to medicine, so testing is important. Antifungals, intratromitose, first line, sildenafil, and persipitin B for serious cases. Mechanisms: non-impact protection, myelin protection, biofilm formation, authoring, or ergo ergostol pathways. Clinical relevance, species variation in drug susceptibility, emergent resistance in outbreaks. Next is diseases. Phytogenesis. Phytogenesis. This fungi causes sporotrichosis. It can cause It can affect the skin, lungs, and spread through the body. It usually enters through cuts, scratches, and sometimes through contact with infected cats. It spreads along the lymphatic system, forming bumps. Diseases. Sporotrichosis, cutaneous, lymphocutaneous, and lumbinary, and sporotrichosis, cutaneous, lymphocutaneous, pulmonary, and disseminated. Video X factors: thermotoline, melanins, adhesins, enzymes, transmissions. Traumatic interaction, soil, plants, zoonotic, cat, river connections. Pharmacology. Ecalisins is the first medicine used. For serious cases, doctors use infantrizine B. Tribinefine is another option for skin infections. Testing helps choose the right medicine. First line, intratronizoles. Tribinefine, anticipating be the severe/disseminate, emergent resistant, various mites across species, important of susceptibility testing. In Thailand, people got infected from cats. One person had a skin wound that was misdiagnosed. Two had rare symptoms, one in the eye, one straight skin bump. These cases show how fungus can spread and how important it is to treat it correctly. Case studies: Thailand 2018 to 2022. Cat-associated outbreak, intratransolar affected, infant interterminally B for severe cases. Helium 2024. Chronic wounds misdiagnosed, resolved with intratransolar with prolonged therapy. Pathogens 2021. Uncommon ocular/slash continuous presentation and application plus B intratracheal successful. Study 1. Setting. National Referral Center analyzed continuous cases linked to cat exposure. Finding. Lymphocontinuous patterns predominated. Lesions improved with intracorticals. Amputate used for severe cases. Laboratory. Variable antifungal might suggested species dependent accessibility, culture, and molecular identity use. Outcome. High clinic care with proper therapy. Delays increase mobility. Well, relevance highlights zoonotic transmissions, dynamics, and the need for space-aware treatment in setting. Emerging setting. Case study 2. Chronic wounds due to Sporothrix schenckii after environmental exposure. Patient: adult with chronic cutaneous osseous skin trauma and exposures to contaminated vegetation. Diagnosis: culture confirmed Sporothrix SPP. Clinical presentation consists with lymphodenervation spread. Significance: emphasize occupational risk and importance of early mycological diagnosis. Outcome: complete healing with antifungal therapy, no dissemination. Source: Healing 2024. Treatment: Itratroxyl achieved resolution after prolonged course. Wound care adjunct use. Case study 3. Uncommon clinical presentation. Case study 3. Uncommon clinical presentation, ocular and atypical contagious or trichosis. Patients. Two individuals with non-classification monomizations, including encore involving patient. Two individuals with non-classic, including ocular improvement and atypical fix. Diagnosis: hepatologist culture confirmed sperm imaging and specialized enzymes guided management. Therapy: amphotericin B for severe ocular movement, intratransmittal for cutaneous disease. Implication: clinicians should consider Sporothrix in an unusual graininess or ocular presentation in image terms. Outcome: clinical improvements with tailored antifungal therapy. Application and relevance. This fungi connects nature, animals, and people in Puerto Rico. Gardeners and pet owners should be careful. Early diagnosis and right medicine can stop it from spread. Public health. Endemic clusters. Zoonotic transmission via cats. Clinical practice. Early diagnosis critical. Species aware therapy needed. Local relevance in Puerto Rico. Occupational risk for gardeners, farmers, and pet owners. Bibliographically, these are where I got my sources from. To finish, Sporothrix schenckii is a fungus that starts on soil but can end up causing serious infections. In places like Puerto Rico, it's part of our environment. Knowing how it works helps us stay safe. Thank you.